Hey guys, welcome back to Mythbusters, where today I have something a little bit different. While in the raid recently, someone brought up the Golgoroth super crit theory. This was a theory posted on Reddit by user JAS-M that you could, in theory, hit Golgoroth for a ton of damage by having everyone shoot him in his taunt spot at the same time while standing in a pool of light. You get so many damage multipliers that it would end up being about 3 million to 4 million damage right off the bat. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, this theory was busted. While the super crit does exist, any damage dealt to his back crit spot doesn't actually deal any damage to the boss itself. It doesn't show up in its health bar, it doesn't show up in the damage report, nothing. However, I wanted to find out how much damage you could possibly do in one single shot in Destiny. So, in order to find out, we simply used the super crit theory and stacked as much stuff as possible. So that means I was standing in a pool of light while hitting his back crit spot while the boss was hit by melting point, while I have on weapons of light, and I have a luck in the chamber sniper shot primed in my Arene RR4. All we gotta do now is shoot the boss. Something very interesting happened, and it turns out there's actually a damage cap. The absolute most damage you can deal in a single shot is 999,999. Now, how do we know that we didn't just get lucky with such a precise number? Well, a super crit shot from Black Spindle with no buffs or debuffs dealt over 700,000 damage. With all of those buffs, it would have dealt almost 1.5 million damage in a single shot. In fact, we tested those exact conditions and still ended up with 999,999. So there you go, 999,999 damage is the most amount of damage you can possibly deal in a single shot in Destiny. Is it fair to call that number the highest when the damage doesn't technically even count against the boss? Maybe, but I do find it interesting that there is a damage cap, especially considering that to even get to 200,000 damage in any normal situation, well, it might not even be possible. This could be a technical limitation on the game, but who knows for certain. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this different take on Mythbusters. Once again, thanks to Reddit user JAS-M for the original idea of this super crit. Certainly was an interesting theory, and I'll be honest, I'm kinda glad it didn't work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.